the Hudson Library Board of Trustees meeting for today, which is August 19th.
Very general.
I'm sorry up front. My brain is in about 80 different directions, so there's a lot going on. Let us do the Pledge of Allegiance. Lisa, you want to start?
Oh, you look at I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Actually, let's just stay standing because we're going to have, for those of you who don't know, Kara Roy, who used to be a Board of Trustee member and also a Select Board member, passed away a couple weeks ago, so I'd like to have a moment of silence for her. Okay. Did you?
I just, I wanted to say a couple words. Nothing major, because we're going to make this movie fly. But anyway, Kara, I served with Kara for several years on the Board of Selectmen. She was a Board of Trustee member of the library, so books and libraries were near and dear to her heart. So I figured this would be a good place to also say a few words about it. We did say a few words last week. Select Board meeting shared their thoughts, but she will be. She had a 3-year battle with cancer. She fought brilliantly, and but eventually she lost that battle, but not for lack of effort. So she will be remembered, and as a person who was passionate about her views, about her causes, and whether you agreed with her or you didn't, you knew where she stood and you respected her opinion. Again, we'll miss her. A great member of this town, helping to move it forward in many ways. So.
And she helped the library tremendously.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And public input. I see no one here for public input. So let's go to the public minutes of July 22nd. Does anybody have anything on the minutes?
Motion?
Sure.
Motion, yep. To approve?
Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Soon.
All right. So we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposition. Alrighty. And do we have any correspondence?
Well, I do have this email here from Kara's stepdaughter, Lindsay. I had such a great conversation with Lindsay last week or the end of the week before, and the family would like to request to use Rogers Memorial Library's community room for a celebration of life ceremony, and they're asking if they can have it on the Sunday of Columbus Day weekend. Which is bittersweet for me because I would dearly, dearly love to be there. Kara was hugely effective and just her own brilliant self during the very early days of my being the director. And I would say that a lot of the skills that I have developed to do budget work really came from Kara and her determination that we would function in as transparent a way as was possible for us to do, and in fact we run incredibly transparent books, and so she was a super friend and a terrific trustee, and she will be missed. So anyway, I'd just like to bring this to the board to ask, would you approve that we can have the celebration of life at Rogers Memorial Library on the Sunday of Columbus Day weekend, which I think is October the 11th, 12th?
11th, I think.
I already have spoken to some staff members, so we've got a team that's ready to support this event taking place. it's not something that we do regularly. We do have meetings, but it's not typical that we would open a library on a Sunday to have an event like this, but this is a special day, so I'd like us to go ahead and approve that.
Any discussion?
Does it needs it for a motion with that?
It doesn't
I
need
don't,
it.
I don't think it
Yeah,
needs a
okay, no,
motion,
no,
but,
it's just-
but if everybody,
If you'll just nod at me and smile, I'll
Everything's
take
good?
that as yes.
I think we all approve.
Yes.
Good, thank you. So I will reach back out to Lindsay and just let her know that we're good to go, and we'll support them in any way we can. So thank you very
Great.
much.
And that was all?
That was it, yes?
Yeah, okay. Treasurer's report.
Okay, so, we renewed the last CD as, requested and voted on. We have another CD that's coming up in September. I kind of decided that I'd do a little more research and see if we could get something of a little more investment or interest or something. Looking at it, I think for the amount of money we have, that we should be bringing in a little bit more money income for that. So, I did look into one that was recommended to me. It was called the NHPDIP, which stands for New Hampshire Public Deposit Investment Pool. For the municipality money, the money there was not any greater than what we could get at our bank. And then I had someone else take a look at it, just in case I misinterpreted something. And the big red flag that this person noticed for me was that it's not insured.
Interesting.
So I went, oh yeah, no, we're not going there. So, with the help of this person who helps with the investment of some town money, she's going to help me look to see if there's something else. Right now, the money, it can change, because we have to wait till September 1st. Right now it's at 3.5%, which is better than the one, yeah, I think it was 2.8, which is, so 3.5 would be better. But I'm gonna see if we can't try and get something else, and I will not risk anything. So trust me, it's not no risk. If there's any risk, it's not gonna happen. But I just wanna let you know that I am looking into having our money make a little bit more money, because that's more books and stuff that we use. So otherwise, everything else seems to be okay. Is it okay for me to introduce our new,
Yes,
this will be a
please,
great time?
please.
So,
Because
would like
I
to
neglected to
introduce-
do it, so.
I would like to introduce Anna, who has agreed to come on board and take over for Terry's position, who we're unfortunately losing, but on a happy note, she's going to a great place, and we're happy for her.
Thank you.
And we're very thankful for everything she's done for us as well all these years. She's not just a pretty face taking minutes, she does an awful lot. She does an awful lot for us behind the scenes. We could not be where we are if it wasn't for help.
Thank you,
So,
Margaret.
Anna, you have big shoes to fill, but I know that you can do it, and we're very excited to have you on board, so thank you.
Thank you.
Well
For the
said.
welcome. I'm looking forward to work with all of you from now on. Yes.
So I think the next thing is acceptance of donations. And so the Friends had a meeting last night,
Yes.
and the Friends of the Library, Friends of the Library. And so they voted on donating $500 towards New Hampshire Museum passes. And if you have not taken advantage of our museum passes, you have to check them out, because there's so much in there. There's, I personally want to go do the Stonehenge one this fall. I haven't done that one yet. There's quite a few. So thank you, Friends, for that. And then the Friends of the Library, there's a program coming up about wrapping presents. Stay tuned, all you parents that want to sneak wrapping presents from the children. And they donated $100 towards that Christmas wrapping program. So thank you, Friends of the Library. We appreciate that. And that was so quick and nicely, you didn't even hesitate. So thank you so much for donating that. And I think that's all I have, so we just need to vote to accept the $500 for the total of $600 from the Friends of the Library.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion
I'll
that we
second
accept
it.
the money.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposition?
Thank you again. Is there any questions? You all had the Treasury report. Was there any questions that you had that I can answer?
No. I thought it looked,
Everything looked
You know,
okay? Okay.
for this time of year,
I thought so too, but I
looks-
mean, don't hesitate to question us or Anna while she's here, so
Mhm.
if there's anything that comes up. Okay, thanks. Thank you, everybody.
You,
Do we have a legislative report?
There is nothing to report.
Isn't that lovely when you get to say that? It's just awesome.
And our selectmen.
I don't have a lot to report. We are preparing for the budget season. That's the biggest thing that's happening in the next couple months. This year, we moved the preparation of the budgets up a month at the request of the Budget Committee. We wanted to try to cooperate and kind of help them get through their processes as well. So we're going to be going through our hearings in September, including the library budget. And then in October, we normally would do it in November, but October we'll then be meeting with the Budget Committee on 3 occasions, going through the budget that way. So that's kind of, and September is going to be a very busy month between regular meetings, the budget hearings with our department heads. It's going to be challenging, but so that's kind of going to be our focus for the next couple months. Beyond that, we're getting ready to head into the school year here, so it's also going to be exciting times. I know, but it's mid-August.
I'm not excited that it's August 24th.
It's mid-August. So, anyway, we wish the school year to start well, and that's pretty much everything I have at this point.
All right, thank you.
thank
All
you.
right. If there's anything you want me to take to the board, let me know.
I don't think we have anything yet. Library Director's report.
Moving along. Okay. I mean, technically speaking, I should not report on National Night Out till next month, but did you see? Did you come? Did you miss it? Oh, it was so good. Did you hear the cannon? Apparently there was comments made around town about...
Yeah.
We saw your reaction. It
Yeah,
was
that's all
lovely.
I saw.
It was awesome. I was so excited. It was, what a great night. The weather was perfect. It was, we always have glitches, but I think the few glitches that we had, they were substantial to us, but I don't think they affected anybody's fun. And I think the crowds we had this year were as large as anything we've seen, and I think partly that was because people kept coming. The evening starts at 4:30, but I was seeing cars pulling into Alvin parking lot at 6:30, and people walking up the hill to come and join in with the fun at 6:45. And the food trucks were still selling food at 8 o'clock. The lady who does the balloons was still making balloons at 8 o'clock. The kids were bouncing on the bungee jumpers and climbing the climbing walls at 8 o'clock. It was awesome. And then we had the first New Hampshire regiment. I those guys were amazing. They had warned us that they might not be able to get a very good turnout because it's a Tuesday, and normally they do weekend things. And they had a great turnout. So we had enough for them to fire their muskets, and we had enough to fire the cannon. I'm sorry, we got the cannon. It was a big deal. I was pretty excited about that. Apparently, there's a good thing on Facebook with me being interviewed with a cannon behind me. So, what can I say? All right. So
And the police got their annual pummeling, from the kids for water balloons. So
Yep.
we can't forget about that.
That's exactly right. Chief Ko, I believe, was heard to say that he was not averse to having a 5,000 water balloon fight. So the number of balloons we had this year was 1,000 balloons. So if you would like to see a 5,000 water balloon fight, why don't you email me at Rogers Library or drop us a Facebook like or something and just say you like to see that 5,000, because I can only imagine I think we'd have to get the dads. I don't think it could be just the kids. I think we'd have to have the dad's artillery battalion behind the kids launching water balloons into the air.
Artillery, yeah.
What can I say? It just gets better and better every year. The food trucks this year we had the pizza truck this year, the Stone Pizza. Thank you to the ladies that they live in Hudson, so thank you so much to them for coming. Honestly, the Chris and Carrie are going to be carrying the National Night Out forward from now on. Once I'm not available to be part of that team anymore, but I'll still come. I'll just be, eating ice cream and talking to people. Wait a minute, that's what I do now. Filling water balloons, throwing water balloons. Okay, so what else has happened this month? Well, we've got a couple of new staff members have come on board. Jennifer O'Keefe, Anna, of course, is here. We're absolutely thrilled to pieces to have her. This week we also started a new page in the children's room. Janelle, who is a senior, she has headed off to college, so she's done for now. We might see her again at Christmas time. She was absolutely super, and it's been a good time. I met with the department heads to talk about stuff that we could do with regards to the strategic plan in the main reading room before we get going with the major project. That'll come up a little bit later when we get to that. Other than that, our numbers for summer reading have just been spectacular. 750 registrations, participation in all the programs. It's just what a great week, great month, what a great summer. It's just been tremendous, and thank you to everybody who's participated. Adults, isn't it fun to do a summer reading program? Like, don't you enjoy doing a summer reading program, filling in the squares and coming and getting your prizes and stuff? It's for the young at heart, and I think it's great. So, take a breath, Linda. Has anyone got any questions for me?
I will say it was very successful summer program. Looking at the numbers,
Oh
and
my
that's
gosh.
only July. We haven't even seen the August one yet.
Right,
That's
right.
just blew my mind when I saw how many went to Benson storytelling, the animal things,
Yep.
the crafts, and it's amazing.
Yep.
When I was looking at the circulation numbers, which are all
Yeah.
massive over the previous month, and even more than that over the previous year.
Yep.
So
Yes.
it's incredible.
So we
People
thought
were
last-
definitely using the library in July.
We thought last year was good, and to have such, increase was just amazing.
Yeah, it's the hard work. So the programming kind of leads the way through summer reading program. I know it's important for the kids to read, but when you can provide something that is an incentive and gets them excited about coming to the library, it's just amazing. And so we have the programs with the kids, and the staff are enthusiastic. Although I have to say, once it gets to the end of that 6 weeks, they are exhausted.
Rightfully so.
And
Well-
and I think all of us kind of hang out in the library in August going, oh. So I've been working on budget stuff, but everybody else has had a quieter time because people are doing, you get to the second half of August and there's the S word comes up. We won't say any more than that. And people start to change their focus. Incidentally, one of our sponsors for National Night Out this year is a local church, and now heavens to Betsy, I can't remember the name of the church. Shoot. I apologize. Erin, I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of the church. They brought backpacks. New Christian Life.
It's the one that's beside St. Catherine's on Lowell
Right.
Road.
It's the one that's
Oh, okay.
beside St. Catherine's on Lowell Road.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah,
And
right.
I-
Yeah.
Church.
Isn't it New Life?
New Life
Life
Church.
Church.
Right, that's
Okay.
it, thank you.
And so Erin, again, and the team from New Life Church came and they brought backpacks for kids, and good and really nice backpacks. So the kids came that were able to come, were able to get a backpack, were able to get, I think there was some coats maybe as well for people who wanted them. Not that we needed a coat in August, but you'll need it in February, right? So anyway, so much appreciate the Rotary for sponsoring the dunk tank and the clean water from Frank Kerr. Thank you, Frank Kerr Brothers, for the water. And overall, it was just a great night. It's been a great summer. All right, I'll stop now.
Okay. Thank you. Friends of the Library report.
Well, I'll piggyback on National Night Out because last night's meeting, I don't know if you ever see the movie Up and that dog
Yes.
with the squirrel. That's what it felt like to me last night. We were kind of all over the place, but excited because we had 2 new people walk in for the meeting. And if you've ever been to a Friends of the Library meeting, that's a big deal. And it all happened because of National Night Out. The Friends of the Library members that were there really reached out to people at the, where they were giving out books. So that kind of got us all a little, I felt excited, and they want, to be part of it. So that's a huge thing for us, too, is to get more people out involved. And so we got enthusiastic about spending money. And, the end of a season, you kind of look forward to the new things that are coming up in the fall, too. One thing that I really would like Linda to please tell Tanya, we're sorry, we were in such a squirrel mode that we never really got a chance to talk about her wonderful presentation. But she did a small presentation on as requesting funds from us for some learning kits. So I'm sure that generosity will happen next month.
I think probably what will happen is she's going to send an email out
Good.
to you guys with a copy of the presentation, and you can click on the various links,
Yes.
and it will take you to the various kits that she was talking about last night. And then as a group, you guys can talk, maybe next month you can
Right.
talk about it and make a decision about things you'd like to purchase for the library.
Yeah. And one other thing that's been kind of nice, doing the crafts as part of our meeting. I know it sounds kind of corny, the crafts, but it gives us a time to visit too, because we don't really see each other as much unless we're together for the meeting. So it's always fun. I have no idea what that craft is going to look like, but they look good in the bag.
It's a it's a
One-eyed monster?
flower.
Oh,
A
okay.
monster flower for it's like a little stick monster. And it's going to be a part of the make and take it for the children's room. So they'll show you what it is and follow through. So and thank you to the friends for helping to put them together, because it really, I mean, they have to be put together.
Right.
So it's having those kits
It's fun.
ready to go is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's terrific. I'm so glad you got some new members coming in. That's wonderful. And Tanya does do really great
She does.
presentations, so
That's very nice.
really does. So thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Department head staff meeting.
The 27th at 3:30.
All right, thank you. Does anybody think they can go? I will definitely not be able to go.
Sorry, did we say that was a Thursday again?
Yes.
I can try and do that one again.
Thank you, Margaret.
I said try.
Okay, fair enough.
I may be able to squeak out, but I never say for sure, because anything can happen.
It's true.
I appreciate it. Okay, moving on to old business, the Hills Building update.
So, couple of just like firsts for us. Terry received the bill, the electricity bill for Hills, which is now going to be directed to the town. So as it turned out, I had some paperwork to take down to town and dropped off the bill. The bill has been. Oh, did you take it down? Did you take that one down? I took that one down. Okay, I took that one down. Dropped it off. Laurie May reached out to Eversource and got the billing address changed. It's like a silly thing, but it's a big thing, because it's that the process of moving things across from the library into the town's hands. I have to say that Hudson, you should be so pleased with some of the plans that our new town administrator and the Board of Selectmen have for Hills going forward. It kind of makes me choke up a little bit to think that the building's going to have a new lease on life. There's going to be new energy, new things going on down there. It is brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's not the end of an era. It's the beginning of something fantastic for Hudson. And you guys get to see it. I'll see it. but I won't be in the middle of it with my fingers in every pie. But I'm so excited just to see the plans and the hopes everybody has for Hills. You're going to get to go in there if you haven't been in there. It's just a beautiful old building, and be able to be. It'll draw it back into the center of the excitement of the things that are happening in town. So I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen with Hills over the next few years.
Fabulous. Thank you. And strategic plan.
Woohoo! It's me again. Surprise! So I went to the department heads a couple of weeks ago and said, I've had a really tough time getting the strategic planning group together. I think it's just because it's the summer, everyone's on vacation, and it's I can only get a few people together in any one particular date. And so finally we managed to get a date of August 31st for everybody to get together. But that's still, another couple of weeks away. And so I said to the department heads, what could we do? What could we be working on that is not structural to the building? It's just starting to make some of these changes, but make them in a small way, so that we're starting to sort of show the patrons and the community these new updates that we're going to be making to our main reading room, to provide for the top 2 requests that we had in the strategic plan. The top one being more quiet space, and the second request being more social space, which is quite a challenge in one space. And so we're excited to be sort of moving things around. And so it's like a three-card trick here. We're moving the YA books over to where the new books used to be. The new books are going to go to where the large print used to be, and the large print is going to go to where the young adult books, the YA books, used to be. What's it going to do? Well, it's going to move those very hot items right up front. It's going to create a wonderful nook for our large print collection. It's going to increase the space for the large print collection. And then for the YA, for the young adults, there'll be a corner that will be theirs with a booth to go in and sit in and do some studying, or just to meet with friends. A slightly larger, increased shelving area for them. And really just the opportunity to create some spaces that are quieter, at the same time bringing some of our more social events to the front of the library. So that's the goal. Again, it's going to be a process. You're going to see signs up. Please bear with us as we change things. But you'll have the opportunity to maybe explore a collection that you haven't seen before, and maybe find some new authors that you like to read. So we're pretty excited about it, and we're just going to keep on moving. Listen, if you're interested in participating, it is not too late. We still have several initiatives that are part of this strategic plan, and we need members of the community who are willing to give it just a bit of time to come and voice their opinions and help us move these initiatives along in a way that will benefit everybody. So again, reach out to me, director@rogerslibrary.org, and tell me you'd like to be a part of one of the working groups. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so exciting.
It is. It really is.
It's so nice to see good stuff going on. All right, new business. Up first is the director search. We got 14 applications. Many of them were very, very good, and we're going to have a little bit of a hard time culling it down, I think. But we're going to talk later about that. So we'll dig in and see if we can't start narrowing it down and find somebody, or find a bunch of somebodies to pick our somebody from. So that's where we're going. So next, the CD you already spoke of, so we've done that. Tuition assistance.
Okay, so I have 2 staff members who have currently submitted paperwork for tuition, or a tuition assistance program that we offer through Rogers Memorial Library for people who are proceeding with their master's degrees. And so we currently have five people who are pursuing their master's degrees. Not everybody is going to be looking for tuition assistance. We have 1 staff member who is being supported through the VA, and which is just phenomenal. What an absolutely amazing opportunity. And so she has told us that while she has she likes the support that she's being given and knowing that it's being recognized how hard she's working, she doesn't need the financial assistance. And of the other 4, I have 2 applications here from staff members who are taking courses. And so what I'd like to, so the thing about this year is that when we went through the budget process last year, you never know a year in advance how many people are going to be looking to advance their career and develop professionally, because we do our budget process so early that people are not ready to talk about what they're going to do a whole year out. One of the sad things that happened last year was that the budget line for our tuition assistance program took a pretty heavy hit last year. And so I'd like to come to the board and ask that if the board would be willing this year, just this year, to support these young people as they work on their master's degrees with the same level of support that we would try to give through the tuition assistance program. So what does that mean? It means up to $1,000 per course, but the board determines the level of a financial assistance. It's not just because we can't just, you can't just keep escalating the amount of money. Typically, I think we had $6,000 in the budget line for last year, so that would be $6,000 that would be divided between the number of courses that get completed, and then each person would be eligible for that much. So it could be $700 or it could be $500, depending on how many courses get taken in each semester. And yes, go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but there's I think part of the reason for that is that the select board has put out guidelines to all the directors, all the department heads, to level fund the budget. So you have a certain amount in there that you're probably going to try to keep like you did last year, the same amount, and then anything over that would be with this. Is that kind of what we're looking at here?
Well, so the thing was last year that level funding that we'd had for several years got cut, and it was. I wasn't there for the presentation last year. I feel like I was away for a family commitment in Ireland, and so it just was what it was. You go to do a budget presentation, and if you get asked a question and you have the answer right at your fingertips, it's one thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the answer right at your fingertips, then it's very hard for the select board to know how to respond. So what I'm asking for this year is that the Board of Trustees will be willing to maybe come up with I think we've got $2,000 in the appropriated funds. If the Board of Trustees would be willing to come up with the other $4,000 that would support these students as they work their way through these courses, I will try and appeal to the town to see if the funding can be replaced that was previously available to us and which got cut last year, and they may say yes and they may say no. And that will be just the nature of budgeting, won't it, Selectman Gasper?
Yeah. Well, I know last year we gave the department heads a little extra goal. We gave them, I think it was 2% or something like that. It was the first year we'd done that in a long while because we wanted to try to give the department heads a little bit more. It's balancing, right? Do too much, not enough. This year we have given direction to go back to that kind of level funding thing. So I know that presents additional challenges for the department heads, and we understand that. So I think this is a good way to kind of supplement that in my mind, as long as it works out.
So am I to understand then that each department has their own tuition reimbursement versus the town having a tuition reimbursement plan? Is that what we're hearing?
I don't think so.
Because you said you were telling each of the department heads. So
Well,
I'm
not
trying-
about
Well, that was a
tuition.
different
I could
thing.
not. I won't be able to answer that.
Okay.
I can't answer that right now. I could find the answer.
I'm
But
just
no,
curious.
it's just overall, not tuition assistance, but
Oh, okay.
overall.
Okay, that's
We've
what I
given
thought.
each department head a a directive to come to us with a level funded budget, which means the same as last year. If they have any extras that they absolutely need, in order to run the department because of price increases, whatever that is, bring that to us and we'll address those things specifically. So that's kind of what I'm not trying to open Pandora's box here, but I just wanted to make sure that it's, that everybody understands that we're trying this year to kind of bring it back a little bit, because, we had a lot of things in the budget last year, and the townspeople were very generous in approving those things. So this year, we're kind of pulling back a little bit and seeing where the department heads land. And if there are things that we need to fund, we will talk about them and fund them, figure out a way to keep the town running as it has been. So, I mean, that's really kind of the bottom line. But if there's things that you can do as a board to help with that, to supplement, especially on the area of tuition assistance, great. But I'm not trying to say that, we're directing anything here. But I think I support it from just a selectman's perspective, that if it works for you, that certainly would be a help, I think, for the director.
Every little bit helps. Yes, Ali?
Yeah, tuition assistant, I have a question regarding that because I'm very familiar with other companies or other places. Usually they call it tuition reimbursement. That means the person has to pass the course. In graduate program, they have to get a B or above. Is that one how it works at the library
Yes,
too?
that's exactly how it
Okay,
works. Yes.
thank you.
You apply for the course, pay for the course, take the course, pass the course, submit the paperwork,
Okay.
get a level of, and it's not reimbursement because we don't pay back everything. It's
Yeah,
a
sure.
it's a form
Assistant.
of
Yeah.
assistance
Okay.
that the board will determine, because you never know when you put together a budget. Again, I don't know what's going to happen next July. I don't know whether we're going to have 3 people next year or 7 people next year. But I approach the board for their approval for a budget level. We go and talk to the selectmen, we go talk to the budget committee, and then of course ultimately the decision is made by the voters who live in this community and make these decisions. And then whatever the amount of funding that's available, then I do what you do. I take the budget that that we've been given, that the people of Hudson vote for, and then boy, we make that every single dollar squeak as we stretch it to get the very best out of it. And so, for me personally, and I'm just talking to all of you folks who are watching this, thank you so much for your support for the library. Thank you so much for your support for the town. And so as we go forward, we just continue to try and do the things that will support people in the town the best we can. So.
But they're gonna know what they're gonna get before taking the class, because I don't want, if I'm one of the staff, I don't want to take a class and then find out there's no budget after that. Is that when something gets approved?
That's why we're here right now.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
why we have this application. So the requirement is that the applications are turned in before August 31st. I have 2. And then so far, I have one staff member is planning to take 9 courses in the next year. And one is planning to take 5 courses in the next year. Wow. And so that then comes down to a decision by the board to either do an allowance per student or an allowance per course. And that's
And where are we taking these funds from?
Well, we would have been taking them from the tuition assistance program, but
we don't have that in line.
We
So
don't- we
where are we
don't-
going to take it
So it
from?
would come out of the trustee account 0350?
Correct.
Terry, thank you. After hearing Terry say that magic number, that is like that's the
Okay.
trustees account.
That's certainly doable.
And then the determination would be if there was a balance of $6,000 on the tuition assistance program line, let's say we decide to do it per staff member. That would mean that there would be, $3,000 per person available, but we never give more than $1,000 per course. So that would then only meet the first few courses, or we add up all the courses that are being taken and divide the $6,000 between the courses, and then that funding is available to those to those staff members should they pass the course and submit their paperwork. So it is a bit of a faff, but like all of you who've taken college courses, like it costs a lot of money. So any support that we can give, I know that our staff members will appreciate. And then ultimately, we're going to end up with a very highly trained and experienced staff that are able to provide even better service to our community. And that ultimately is the goal. You know, the goal is to have staff members who are looking to improve their own skills so that they can better serve us. So.
What's the schools they're going to?
These two are actually going to Louisiana State University, which is an online university.
One of the things that when you mentioned about the number of courses, surprised because I'm from academia. That's a lot of courses.
A lot of courses.
Because graduate programs usually recommend maybe each semester one or two courses, especially if you're full time.
Yeah, we have someone who's a little bit of an overachiever here.
Mine is a lot, yeah.
Not mentioning any names, but if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. So it's possible that staff members are watching this. The other one has picked 5 courses, so that's 2 one semester and 3 the other semester. And of course, so what does this do? This is not a commitment to take that number of courses. This is what they're thinking right now is what they're going to do. Let's just say they get to the start of the semester and they look at what's involved and they say, I can't do 3, I can only do 1. So they're going to come and talk to me and say, I'm not doing 3, I'm only doing 1. And then things get adjusted. But at least if we know, if we have a target, it's easier to move based on what that target is rather than not having any idea at all. So really it's just prudent to plan as best as you can for where you think the needs are going to exist, and then if we have to pivot, then we'll do that. So does it please the board to support this program this year by using trustee funds up to $4,000 to support the students who get the paperwork turned in time?
I think it's a great idea. I'm into education. I think it's a great idea. As you mentioned that one too, that's also provides opportunity for them to grow.
Yes.
It does. And I can say from personal experience that library courses are far more expensive than a lot of others.
Really?
It's a very expensive degree. So, I got support from places that I worked when I was going through it.
And as
And it was a pittance. It was,
so many person over here, I go, what a great investment. You
Right.
have to invest in your employees.
yes.
Yes.
I personally feel that it's the best investment that we could possibly have, is to invest in our employees. We like them.
We
want
do.
them to- We want them to stay.
We would love them to stay. The other thing is it's a small world in the library world, and there's a certain amount of, as people advance in their career and they're ready to move on to the next level, there isn't always a position that exists in the library that they're in, and so sometimes we lose them for a little while. Sometimes to another GMUX library, and there's 14 GMUX libraries, and there is this, sort of not a revolving thing, but kind of like a revolving thing, where people will go up to the next level, become a department head, and maybe then they become a director at another library, and then maybe they move up to another library that's bigger still, and so as I say, it's a small world. For a large part, we all know each other, and so especially with these young folks as they're developing their careers, there may not be the position that they're looking for available in their own library, but if they move on, trust me, there's frequently people who move on and they're sad and they're kind of looking over their shoulder to say, if they open up a position back there at Rogers, I'm going right back there because I really like it there. So yeah, we've had some good turnarounds with people coming back.
All right, so I guess I need a motion. Do we need any more discussion?
I motion.
You move
To
to
approve.
use up to 4,000
Yep.
of library trustee funds from account 0350. Do I have a second?
I'll second that one.
All right. Any discussion? Further discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, no opposition.
Linda, what was the name of that school again?
It's Louisiana
Louisiana
State
State.
University.
Yeah, it's a heck of a commute if you gotta make the commute.
Yeah,
It
fortunately,
is.
it's online.
And they all have the biggest mosquitoes. I got married in Biloxi, Mississippi. My husband was in the Air Force, and we got married and lived down there. And gosh, you think you've got it hot up here? Oh my goodness, Biloxi's got it, and the humidity down there is just. You leave the house, and by the time you get to your car, your glasses are completely steamed up. You can't see a single
Alabama,
thing.
too.
So,
It's
good days, good memories.
Fabulous. Operating schedule
Yes,
for
I know.
2027.
I looked at it and I was like, I might as well get this done now because I've got practice in it now. So, I updated the closing, the hours for Saturday because we moved to a 9 to 2 schedule earlier in the year. So everything is labeled except for 2 days. One is Saturday, January the 2nd. I'd like to add that Saturday as a day of closings. We just won't schedule anybody to work that day. So what it'll do is they'll give the staff the 1st and the 2nd off. But there'll be no overhead to pay that day because we just won't put anybody on the schedule. We typically run a smaller staff on Saturdays, and it just gives them an opportunity for another family get-together if possible. Again, entirely up to the board. Then we've got Martin Luther King, President's Day, Washington's birthday in New Hampshire. Then a drop down all the way to May for Memorial Day. Juneteenth in 27 is a Saturday, so I've just put that one in as a floating holiday. July the 5th. So July the 4th is on Sunday, so we'll observe it with everybody else. I didn't follow everybody else's rules this year. It felt a little odd, so next year we'll just jump back on. So we'll be closed. We'll be open on the 3rd, which is the Saturday. Closed on the 4th, which is the Sunday, and we're never open on a Sunday anyway, and then closed on the 5th for the observance of Independence Day. Labor Day is September 6th. Columbus Day is October the 11th. Veterans Day is November the 11th. And then an early closing on the day before Thanksgiving. Then Thanksgiving and the Friday off for a Thanksgiving break. And then we're not normally closed on Christmas Eve, but because Christmas Day falls on a Saturday next year, I can't even believe I'm talking about Christmas of next year. We haven't even had Christmas of this year yet, but Christmas is on Saturday in 2027. So if we're closed on the Friday, that will observe Christmas Day on Christmas Eve, and that'll give the staff that full day off. And then the very last day of the year, December 31st, with a 5 p.m. closing. That's just traditionally what we do.
I have a question on that one. Why can't we just give a couple of hours to them to leave a little earlier? Because on Fridays we usually close at 5 anyway.
We do close at 5. This is why I bring this document to you, and why you make the big decisions. And it's this. So this is a draft. If you like to close at 1 o'clock on December 31st, 2027, which is, I just remind everyone, not this year. Next year. It's like planning the school. I used to work in a school, and we were always planning the calendar like a year in advance, and I was feeling like I was getting older before my time because I was always planning out that next year. So this is not this year. This is next year. So
I guess to that point, my question would be, on those 2 floating days, because, the one is, what is it, Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, but that would be an early closing at 5.
yes.
But on New Year's Eve, how busy is a Friday afternoon right before New Year's?
Yeah, it would be nice to give them a couple of hours or so early.
We could. Do you want to make it 1 p.m.?
Yeah, what would be a substantial time to come in for and yet leave early? That was what I'm trying to figure out.
Work the 4 hours, work 9 to 1, and close at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Good idea,
I
Ali.
think it's-
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right. 1 p.m.
Are you thinking,
I'm just wondering how many people we're going to impact if we close 4 hours early.
And in a bad way.
To be honest, I actually was thinking about 3 o'clock, a couple of hours or so, not 5,
Oh,
but,
not 5, you want to do 3 o'clock?
yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Well,
but
let's-
it's
well,
up to,
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said 1, you thought 3. Susan,
I think 1.
Mimi, what's your thought?
I just wanted to know, I guess I was looking at gate count.
I would think that Friday afternoons, before New Year's Eve, I'm going to hazard a guess and say it's going to be pretty quiet.
That
On a
would be
Friday
my
afternoon.
guess too. I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring
I
up the
don't-
question.
I don't think it'll great. I mean, the schools are closed, so people will come typically with their kids morning. But again, if they know we're closing at 1 o'clock, which we do some pretty good signage, if they know we're closing at 1, then they'll just make sure that they come in earlier. Will there be some people who will not be able to pick up a book? Typically, we get a van delivery on Friday. I don't know whether they'll do a van delivery. That's a G-Milk's van delivery. They may not do it, and so the books will get delivered the following Monday, and then we're back into. I can't even say 2028 right now. It's like stop the madness. Everything's going too fast.
So a lot of families are on vacation that week.
Yes.
They go away, so.
Right, right. So,
You said it
so
would
I'm
be
fine
quiet.
with that. I just wanted to bring it
Yeah,
up, you know,
yeah.
devil's advocate or, you know, whatever I am.
I'm fine, anything except 5. 5.
So
So wait, you're doing 3, are we doing 3 or 1?
3 o'clock, so we have to make a decision. I'll just go on, I say 1.
I'm saying 1 only because it's worth the effort. If it's 3, it's 2 hours, big deal. That's
I'm
my
good with
attitude.
1.
1 o'clock.
All right, then 1 o'clock it is.
All right.
Okay. Other than that, are you okay with the closings as presented?
Yep.
Yes.
So when you say closed, no scheduled employees, so it's not considered a holiday, so you'll try and get their hours in for that week, because they will not be paid for that day.
The only
holidays
people,
they will be.
the holidays,
No, on the closed, no scheduled employees.
we just
those
don't
2
schedule
days.
them. Yeah, we just don't schedule
schedule.
anybody. The staff works Saturdays on a rotation.
So Christmas Day holiday is going to be on Christmas Eve. That's the day they're getting paid for the holiday.
Yes.
And then on Christmas Day, which is that Saturday, you just won't schedule anyone, so they're not using their holiday or their vacation time.
Exactly. We just won't schedule
I
anybody.
just wanted to make sure I understood that.
I guarantee you there will be no complaints from anybody from not being scheduled on Christmas Day.
Okay, good. No, I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
we-
Yes.
Christmas Day is really Christmas Eve, okay.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right, yes.
All right. So, do we need a vote on that?
Yes.
All right, so I need a motion.
Aye.
You move to,
To approve, 1 o'clock.
no, I need to approve the entire 2027 operating schedule.
Yeah,
So,
I approve the
that's your
whole-
motion.
yeah,
All right,
motion.
so
As
motion to
amended.
approve the schedule as amended.
Yes.
And I
I'll
have,
second.
I have a second in Susan. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, that
Thank
was a
you.
little complicated, so thank you.
All right.
Honestly, that's better. You should have seen Terry and I in the past trying to count the days and get them right. You would never believe how complicated it can get. But that was easy. Thank you very much.
All right, so that moves us down to trustee comments. Susan?
I just wanted to say to the new employee at the library, Jen, she was very helpful in ordering some books for me. It was delightful to meet her. My grandchildren were with me last week, so we got a tour of the library, and they love the children's room. And their ages 7 to 14, so they also like I don't know what you call it, the 3D machine?
3D printer.
Yeah, the printer. They love that. They thought that was very cool.
One of these days, we have to approve to get a bigger one. That's
Yeah.
really.
That's a 14-year-old.
And I also wanted to say thank you to Terry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I haven't known you that long, but
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna start with Terry. Thank you. She's been great. She's been great on top of everything. I want to thank you. We're going to miss you. And I also want to, just like you did it before, Anna, welcome.
Thank you.
And we're all very happy for you to leave. We're going to miss you, but happy to have her too.
Thank you.
Margaret?
So, I said, I'm not gonna say it again because I'm crying. Terry and I go way back.
Yes.
Our children were friends,
Yes.
our sons, and so we go way back, so she knows how I feel. But thank you, Anna, for coming in.
You're welcome.
So, can't say enough about National Night Out. It was just fabulous. I had more fun, I think, than some of the kids did. But I want to share two things. One, Gina walked me around, and I want to thank Gina for walking me around and showing me physically all the books that were being moved and explaining. I'm a much better visual person, and she walked me through all the books that are being moved and the CDs and the books, like, what does she call them? BCDs. I learned a
BCDs.
new acronym, books on CD, BCD. I thought, what is she talking about? So thank you, Gina, for doing that for me. The second thing that I want to say thank you is I went down and I reserved the metal detector.
Yeah.
And so my grandson and I had a blast. We learned that rocks have a lot of iron in them, and I got tired of digging up rocks. But if anyone, I filled all the holes. We went around all the town of Hudson, all different places. I filled all the holes back in, so, but, nope, the only thing we came home with was a softball that he found in one of the baseball fields.
That's where you take it to the beach.
Time was an essence, but we had a lot of fun, so thank you for the metal detector of Library of Little Things. Come visit it.
For sure. I too would like to say to Terry, thank you so much for your support, and we'll miss you. Although I'm not going to get teary-eyed because I know she's going to a better place in retirement.
She's not dying or
I
anything.
said in retirement.
What is this better place that everybody refers to?
Better place than having to work, retirement, right?
Exactly.
And welcome aboard, Anna. So psyched to have you with us.
Thank you.
I also want to say, bravo, like round of applause to the library staff for the summer program. I am floored. Like, when I was reading your report, Linda, I could not get over how I had to turn the page, because there was so much we did. It was crazy.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, you know, if I could, I would say, take the month of August off, but they can't. We need them still. But again, what a fabulous job. They did an excellent job. And I also want to thank the Friends for the money for the museum passes. Thank you so much. And that's it.
Great, thank you. My turn. Terry, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's not a whole lot more to say, because I'll cry.
No.
And Anna, we're thrilled to have you.
Thank you, Mimi.
Really, we're very lucky. We
Thrilled to be here.
got so lucky on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
You did
makes
this
me.
at the right time, Terry. Like, we're sorry that you're leaving, but I'm glad.
I have a funny feeling though she was grooming Anna. All the while being friends with her, she was grooming her for this.
Having said that, National Night Out was amazing. It was just really amazing. We had a great time. We actually finally Bob and I both got to see the water balloon fight for the first time. That was incredible. Friends, I'm so happy you're getting more people. You had a great presence at National Night Out, and it was an active booth. I saw it kept going by, and there was always somebody there. It was great, and thank you so much for the money, for all the good things, because those museum passes are amazing, and there's so many good places. I love looking through Linda's report, because they tell us how many are reserved and how many are actually checked out, and they're pretty close to out all the time. So that's remarkable. The staff always, I mean, I just look at the numbers and I just,
Yep.
this town just provides so much support to the library, and the library just keeps giving back. And
Giving back, I know.
keep sucking it in.
Gina's doing an amazing job.
awesome.
That department, that combining adult programming, adult circulation and reference into adult services, and Gina is managing the whole thing, and she is doing a super job. She is bringing her own flavor to the management of the department. She's completely different than Dana, because frankly, who could be like Dana. He's just a one in a million. She's introduced a new training program for our new library assistants. She feels like she's behind. I'm like, it's okay. Sorry, it's only been 6 months. Take it easy. She's very excited about the strategic plan. Yeah, we're very lucky. She's super, and yeah, we have a fabulous team at Rogers. So yeah, thank you.
I just wanted, I'm not a trustee, but I wanted to, I was remiss earlier. On behalf of the town of Hudson, thank you for your great work over the years. You will be missed, not just by the board, but by the town.
Thank you
so
very much.
It's noted. And,
Very kind of you. Thank you.
No problem at all, because it's thankless work, and you're there doing it all, and most of it's is behind the scenes. And but no, I just wanted to say that on behalf of the larger body of the town, that we really appreciate the work you've done here. And I'm sure Anna's just going to do great. So, but enjoy.
Thank you
I'll be
very
following
much.
you soon.
We've got her phone number. I know she's trying to leave, but I'm like,
We'll call her back.
I have her phone number.
Address as well.
Well, actually, she hasn't given me her new address.
Oh, okay.
She is
Somewhere out there.
I
fleeing
happen
to
to know somebody who happens to know it, though.
Yeah, both of your sons have been there.
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, boy. All right, so, thank you. Moving on, future agenda items. Anything for September?
So I'll bring in the latest information of any investment possibilities and rates of the new CDs, and we can talk about it. And the investment stuff could be further in the future. It doesn't have to be the next month, but we'll definitely bring in the numbers for the CD that's maturing.
All right, thank you. Anything else? I think we'll have an update on our director search by then. Hopefully we'll have at least an offer out by then. I suspect we may have to have 1 or 2 special meetings between now and our next meeting to review the budget and possibly interviews and things like that. So we'll do that. All right. And anything else?
Nope.
Next meeting will be September 16th, as scheduled. And then consideration to enter non-public. RSA 91-A3 2B, which is the hiring of any person as a public employee. So, roll call to vote. So, Margaret?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes?
Susan?
Yes.
Ollie?
Yes.
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 We are entering non-public at 7:03 PM.
We are released.